These unexplained mysteries contain strange but true stories with unexpected endings that defy all logic. Though some of the more recent mysteries still have a chance to be explained someday, the greatest mysteries of all time will remain forever unknown, never to be solved. Number 5. Seeing miles of hoof prints in the snow wouldn't be too strange in 1885 South England, except these were allegedly not from horses or any other classifiable creature. In the mystery of the devil's footprints, these tracks appeared to have been made by a two-legged creature who was allegedly walking upright. Theories abound, but this mysterious event still has not been solved. Sometimes the snow prints would disappear for great distances and then reappear meters away, sprouting urban legends about how the animal could fly. In one strange story, a trail of perfectly undisturbed hoof prints were found at opposite ends of a riverbank. These tracks supposedly extended up to 100 miles by some accounts, from the town of Devon all the way to Teignmouth. Most people believed this was a paranormal mystery from the great unknown, but witness accounts varied from person to person, and the hoofprints themselves appeared to change in shape and size as they moved from town to town, leaving much room for skepticism. For example, it could have been an extremely dedicated prank, possibly done with stilts. Whatever the case may be, evidence gathered from a wide number of news reports and personal letters suggests that something bizarre was trudging through the snow for an unimaginably long period of time, leaving behind only tracks and a strange but true mystery. Number 4. One of the greatest unknown mysteries of our time is the strange weather phenomenon known as ball lightning. This topic has become a widely accepted natural phenomena in recent years, but we still truly have no idea how or why it exists. At one point believed to be the result of mass hallucinations, scientists have since conceded that this mysterious event is both real and sometimes even dangerous. On August 8, 1975, a small ball of lightning reportedly climbed into a woman's house and left a hole in her clothing, along with reddened skin after she brushed it away from her pants. This happened in the Midlands of England and was verified by the physics department of the Royal Holloway College. The first documented encounter with ball lightning occurred centuries prior, on June 7, 1195. If the story is true, then a sphere-like object gently drifted horizontally from beneath a cloud, which matches the description of modern-day sightings. Historians believe this rare sighting is indeed strange but true due to the high credibility of the author, who accurately helped to examine other unknown phenomenon of his time, such as eclipses, along with the crescent phase of the moon. In modern times, a physicist named Richard Sonderfield has recently teamed up with a science engineer named Carl Stefan to solve this unexplained mystery once and for all. With the help of the New Mexico Technology Institute, scientists are compiling a large database of first-hand accounts from people all around the world who have seen ball lightning. They hope to then cross-reference each story one by one with radar records, using the exact times, dates, and location to see if they can determine any common patterns. The scientific study is still ongoing, and the last major update was in January of 2022. So far, over 300 stories of ball lightning encounters have been collected for analysis. Most of these stories, if true, describe the glowing light to be about the size of a bowling ball, lasting for up to 10 minutes before fading or even sometimes detonating out of existence. Despite repeated sightings for hundreds of years, puzzled weather scientists are still scratching their heads over the true origin of this eerie oddity, which remains a mystery. The best they have are guesses. Number 3. Bruce Lee's legendary martial arts career came to an unexpected ending on June 20th, 1973, and it's a monumental occurrence that's shrouded with mystery. The famous celebrity was found lifeless in the apartment of a Taiwanese actress named Betty Ting-pei. Medical records revealed that Bruce Lee had brain swelling that was most likely caused by prescription medication, and the outcome was ruled accidental. But that's where, for some people, the unsolved mystery begins. Bruce Lee certainly had no intentions of taking his life. That morning, he had written a business letter about pursuing offers from another motion picture and an animated series. He met with film producer Raymond Chow to discuss casting options for an upcoming movie. And with the promise of returning to discuss more later, he went to Betty Ting-pei's apartment at around noon. That evening, Raymond Chow went to the apartment to look for Bruce Lee because he had not come back. Inside, he found Bruce Lee, who said he was not feeling well and wanted to lie down, which Chow thought was an excuse for some alone time with the actress, and so he left. Shortly afterwards, the woman called him back to the apartment because Bruce Lee was non-responsive. The two chose to call a personal physician rather than taking him to the hospital, hoping that they could revive him at the apartment and avoid public scrutiny. Bruce Lee was later admitted upon the physician's insistence, but by then it was too late. The official explanation originally given to the press was that Bruce Lee had passed away at home with his wife. The true story of his actual whereabouts didn't emerge until many years later, and even still, the strange circumstances surrounding his passing have led to further speculations as to what could have really happened. According to some, he could have received a blow while training that was not fully realized until days or weeks later. Others say Betty Ting gave Bruce Lee a medicine that she knew he was allergic to. A third rumor is that organized crime families from the triads got to him after the film companies refused to pay protection money to keep making movies undisturbed. The unexplained mystery behind his brain swelling could also have another really weird fourth explanation. It's a strange but true fact you may not know about Bruce Lee, but months before his passing, the actor had a special operation to literally remove the sweat glands from his armpits, simply because he didn't like the way he looked while perspiring on screen. No longer able to cool off as well, this led to an episode in which he collapsed from heat exposure and had to go to the hospital. Similarly, the final day of his life was also the hottest day that month in Hong Kong. Whether or not there's any correlation between these events will remain unknown. Number 2. Scientists tend to dismiss the theory that reincarnation is real, but every so often, a case so mysterious comes around to further suggest its possibility. The true story of the Pollock Sisters is an unexplained mystery that remains highly puzzling to this day. John Pollock was a firm believer of reincarnation to the point where he asked for divine evidence of this strange mystery to be true. On May 7, 1957, he received the proof he needed, but certainly not in the way he would have wanted. His two girls, 11-year-old Joanna and 6-year-old Jacqueline, were on their way to church when they were driven over by a woman who had lost her mind. 1 year later, the Pollock family had twins, who, as far as he was concerned, were literal reincarnated replacements of their past children. What's more, they would go on to shock the world with their bizarre stories and similarities. Jillian and Jennifer had so many strange coincidences with their previous siblings that the story became famous. They both grew to be the exact same height and weight as their former siblings. Jennifer had a birthmark in the same place as Jacqueline, and a second birthmark where Jacqueline once had a scar. What's more, Jennifer somehow knew that her lost sister had gotten a scar while tripping over a bucket, even though this was an untold story to her. Jillian, meanwhile, had a special liking to a doll that was once Joanna's. Both of them knew without prompting where all of the old toys had been hidden away, and resumed playing with their favorite ones. They also knew where the location of a park with swings could be found down a road that they'd never been taken down. It was a favorite place of Joanna and Jacqueline's so long ago. The supposedly reincarnated girls seemed to fear cars and even had bizarre nightmares relating to cars, which their parents further attributed to their kids' past life. However, it could simply be from a natural fear acquired from learning what happened in the past. Skeptics believed that their father's insistence that they were their old sisters could have had a strong effect on the impressionable young girls. They could have simply been comforting to their parents' belief system. After the twins turned about 5 years old, things calmed down, as often happens in alleged cases of reincarnation, though this particular mystery can never be explained by their parents. Number 1. An ornate Victorian bridge built in 1895 is a landmark of legend, infamy, and unexplained mystery. The Overton Bridge in Scotland has a particularly dark history, as over 50 dogs have perished after seemingly voluntarily tumbling below. For reasons that cannot be explained, dogs specifically feel compelled to leap from this bridge. According to urban legends, hundreds of dogs have done so over the years, but in reality, dozens have been verified. What is it about this spot that encourages this bizarre canine behavior? Scientists struggle to find an answer. It's been hypothesized that the fresh scent of mammals hiding in the green landscape below proves too tempting for the dogs, especially long-nosed breeds. And this, combined with the poor ability to judge the drop below, gives the appearance of dogs suddenly leaping without reason. But this explanation still doesn't fully solve the mystery, because there are plenty of other bridges with similar landscapes and wildlife that don't share this uniquely morbid history. Urban legends including witchcraft and other frightening tales have circulated online over the years, including a popular story that the dogs are being lured by a frequency that humans cannot hear. These scary stories were especially popularized again in 1994 after a bridge incident in which a father randomly threw his young one over. But the real answers behind these mysteries have yet to be found. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to hit that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to keep up to date with all of our future uploads. But my name is Ty Knotts, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.